That Cherokee Black mixed with the Ghetto Grape Tasty Puff Facebook. That shit smelled good. So the plumbers came today and they fixed my bathroom. And then I just got done cleaning the good majority of my bathroom and doing some dishes, that sort of thing. So that way the cleanup on the apartment becomes minimal with the more that I do. And I wasn't home for a good minute, so I figured bust out a couple of things real quick. And I checked the shipping on the whammy bar. It made it to Cheyenne, so, which is in Wyoming, which is like 3-4 hours away. So that's most definitely what's up. It might arrive here in town tomorrow or on Saturday. If not those 2 days, then it'll definitely arrive on Monday or Tuesday. The only other reason I got delayed is because of weather, which I understand. After busting my Asperger's and doing some cleaning, I figured sit down and enjoy some pipe tobacco, yes, from our friends over at Cherokee Pipe Tobacco, made in the good old US of A. Flavored with some delicious Ghetto Grape Tasty Puff. There's literally like that much left in the bottle. I'm like, shake, 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 shake. Yeah. I also seem to have gotten some sort of package in the mail. I have no fucking idea what it's going to be. But I figured before I open that, I should get all the cleaning stuff done. Yes. I'm hoping to have the wand shipped out sometime next week, so people who ordered them are going to be stoked to hear that. I'm not going to tell you when my inspection is for my apartment. I just know I'm going to pass it. You know what I'm saying? Because the floor needed mopped in my bathroom and swept. The bathtub needed cleaned after the plumbers had to move it around to work on it and stuff. And the floor beneath it and all that sort of thing. And the sink needed cleaned. Especially when you're shaving and you get whiskers in the fucking sink and shit. No, the toilet's not that bad. I could use a little touch up here and there, but I can do that later. And I got the good majority of my fucking dishes done. So, I mean, if you do a little bit each and every other day, it ain't that much on the cleanup. So no idea who and what the fuck was sent to me, who sent it and what the fuck it is, but that's the fun of the packages, isn't it? Oh yes, I'm aware of the people on Reddit sending me stupid shit because they want to see me overreact or flip out, and when they don't get the reaction they want, it pisses them off. But the wands are dry and they look good. They're ready to be shipped. They'll arrive at the people who ordered them's doorstep in a padded envelope. So I want to open the package. So I got this something squishy like from here to here. The rest up here is just air. My wand and set it down out of the way. Open it up real quick. See what I mean by stupid shit? It's a miniature penis pillow. Talk about a dick move. Then stab it just like that. So I got the whammy bar coming in the mail, so I'm not even going to trip out about that stupid immature shit. That's the kind of crap I was just talking about, and that wasn't it, Facebook. It's their pathetic cry for attention. You remember the videos where I'm like out in the middle of fucking nowhere with my, plinking videos. Y'all might get a plinking video over the weekend. This is something I don't understand. When women talk perverted about men, it's just juicy gossip. But when men do it to women, it makes them pigs, and it makes them sexist and all this other crap and blah, 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 blah. And I've come to realize that double standards are a bitch. Apparently, there's complaints that I talk about women disrespectfully on Facebook, and I'm just like, well, I really like Josh. It's just that I wish he wouldn't talk about us like that. Oh. Oh, shit. Some people just can't handle my honesty. But I'm not even going to trip out about it, honestly. For a recipe that came up with on the spot, that turned out pretty dank. You know what I'm saying? That bread, yeah. Now the plumber is fixing the leak in my bathroom. That definitely was not what you would call a 5-minute job. It took like at least 2 to 3 sessions of coming over and tinkering with it and shit to get it to quit dripping and shit. Probably not the reaction those stupid trolls were hoping for. Yeah. Trolls will send me stupid shit in the mail because they want to see me flip out and overreact. It's like a game to them. It's a little contest that they have. I got these idiots to troll me for long enough that all they're doing is making me more famous on social media. And I tried to record my newest YouTube videos horizontally, but I didn't tilt the camera right for both of them, just trying, I guess. So it was whatever. I wasn't going to waste two perfectly good videos. Got a Five Guys Burgers and Fries food review and a cigarette review. You know, now I'm doing a Facebook Live after doing a pinch of cleaning. That was a pretty lame attempt to troll somebody, but you know how it is with being a YouTube celebrity. It's like a sick game to them. They think it's harmless fun. Let's pick on the autistic. Let's spam his address and phone number all over the internet, and let's send him stupid shit. That's the best you got. Oh, thank you for sending me a pillow that I can use on your mom. Why is it that if a woman goes to the salon with her gal pals and talks about the dirty business that her and her boyfriend do in the bedroom, it's juicy gossip? But if a man goes to the bar and has a couple beers with his buddies and talks about the same thing, he's considered a fucking pig. Double standards. And the thing that men and women need to realize is that, yeah, you know, if you're at the salon with your friends or at the bar or whatever, you know, yeah, you know, if you're hanging out with friends, and you want to discuss that, most of your friends don't want to hear it. Because some of your friends might be single and not really focused on dating, but more focused on themselves and getting their shit together, getting their career off the ground. But at the same time, you know, mean, being single, you don't have kids, which is a nice feeling, but it does get a bit lonely. I'm not gonna lie, but I'm not completely alone because I have a shit ton of fans, friends, family, that sort of thing. So. Shoot. Nope. Don't want to lose that now. And there's a towel in there that was dirty anyway, so I used that to clean the bathtub. I used some of that bathroom cleaner that's like foam. You spray it on, it's blue when you spray it on, it turns white when it's ready to go. Awesome shit. Doesn't contain bleach, kills bacteria. If you're cleaning a restroom, you definitely want to avoid using bleach, especially on the toilets. That's not a smart thing to do. And some friends of mine needed help moving a couch out of their yard and that sort of thing. And they asked if I could help them out, and I said, yeah, you know. Some people were riding their Aspergers about it, and they were like, when you get this done as quickly as possible. So I'm like, all right. Went over to said homie's house and helped out in any way that I could. But the cleaning that I've done in the last couple of weeks alone, let alone the last couple of days, it looks nice. It's passable, but it's not perfect. You know, there's a couple of other minor things that I'm doing possibly tomorrow and Saturday. You have to do a shit ton at once, and then that knocks out a lot of the big stuff, and then the little things are just quick and simple. And once you got your space clean, you maintain it, and it's not a hassle to clean if it's maintained. I may be a bachelor with autism, but that's no fucking excuse to have a filthy pad. Now, if you have chicks hanging out your pad and your place is clean, that's a great way to impress the ladies. You know, they like the cleanliness and that sort of thing. And not just that, but living in a cleaner space, you know what I'm saying? There were some things the vacuum couldn't even pick up that were on the floor, so I got the dustpan out and swept it up quickly, and, you know. Well, supposedly I've made like $200 to $300 on YouTube, but the streaming on my live stream stopped because of the links I was sharing in that live video, and that got me the the video that I was live streaming to be monetized for an older audience. Someone had asked a question and I was answering it. Yeah. I actually broke a sweat cleaning, but I could have just come home and bullshit on Facebook Live, but I'm like, let's get just a little bit of cleaning done before I do that. So it's not as big of a hassle tomorrow, or the next day for that matter. You should stream on YouTube in the evening. More, you could make so much money. Yeah, I could. Yeah, you could. Yeah, I could. But I didn't want to set up live streaming for YouTube. I've already made like 2 YouTube videos that weren't live, but they're still YouTube videos. They're to balance it out a bit, you know what I'm saying? Do a little feng shui with the stuff back here. There we go. And it's, how you say, minor things. Moving things here and there, you know, making it more functionable. Basic shit. I get perceived as a lazy hippie type because of my long hair. But I'm able to maintain a job, keep my apartment clean, keep the bills paid, so at the end of the day, it's just people doing this number, talking shit. If I'm smoking tobacco in my apartment, definitely want to make sure that window is wide open so that way the smoke doesn't just fog it out. Got a big old bag of this shit just sitting right here. There's still a ton in there. I had a couple of friends that were low on tobacco and they were out, and I'm like, I know how that is. Let me hook you up with some. You know, I know how that shit be. Because when it gets colder in the fucking wintertime, Facebook, and I turn on the heater, the water pipes leading from the heater to the wrapping around the bathroom were not properly measured out the first time they were built, which it worked for a little bit, but then eventually it started to leak water into my bathroom because the boiler would be on. And it's like, well, we can't have that nonsense now, can we? So it's important, Facebook and YouTube, that when you live in an apartment, if you're experiencing something that needs to be repaired and it's not your fault, then you ain't got nothing to worry about. Just make sure the proper peeps are aware of it so that way it gets resolved. Because if you do not let people know when shit happens and you move out of the apartment, you can get blamed for it, even though you live in an older apartment and shit needs to be repaired, shit needs to be fixed, older building, that sort of thing. But if you move out and you don't tell people what's going down, then they could blame you for it, and then you get charged extra money. And you try telling them, well, it wasn't your fault, da, 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 da. You know what I'm saying? They're going to fire back with, well, then why didn't you tell me that this, and this, and this, and this was happening? This is definitely a pretty schwanky little pad, yo. And when I seen that, according to the shipping information, I went to fucking gmail.com to check my mail. Oh, look at that. TuneCore sent me $20.25 through PayPal. Sweet. Let's go to PayPal real quick and transfer that to my bank. Zoom Vision sent $5, and TuneCore gave me like $20.25 from music sales. There's $25.25 right there. Transfer to the bank. And it might take like 1 to 2 days to do that, but that's all right. 2525. There we go. $5 for just being a celebrity on YouTube, and then $20.25 for selling my music. Instead of using that music or that money on TuneCore to upload my next album, the album's not done yet anyways, so I may end up uploading it to Bandcamp and charging like $4. And if I get enough money, uploading it to TuneCore so it goes on iTunes as well. Just because I can. But if I check my Gmail right quick. Guest order. View order details. literally spent $33 on a whammy bar, but it's totally fucking worth it. Show shipping details. Last scan time date Thursday, March 8th, 2018. In transit. Package location Casper. So there's a good chance that if it says the whammy bar is in Casper, then there's a good chance that USPS will drop it by later on. Sweet. So the Stratocaster will be damn near done. Or as I call it, the Spellcaster. You'll need rewired, anything that needs fixed on it fixed, and then restrung with heavy gauge strings. There's a project I wanted to get done for a hot minute. And get my tax return slips filled out and get the wands mailed out. And I've been making some of that cheddar. You know what I'm saying. And my buddy Michael Baldwin does YouTube videos too. We might do a Plinkin video for YouTube. But like, what happens when you take and shoot an empty helium tank? This is what happens. Ever since I got my shoddy out of hole-in-the-wall gunsmithing, I haven't really had a chance to go target shooting. And that usually involves safely plinking at random junk like that. Broken washing machine, like empty helium tank, that sort of thing. And in order to take it to recycling, it needs to have holes in it. So I get to shoot my gun and be eco-friendly for the environment. You can't go wrong with that. I get to have fun shooting my gun safely and responsibly. And once that helium tank has a shit ton of holes in it, it'll make it so that my buddy Michael Baldwin can recycle it. And that way, you know, that's literally, no pun intended, killing two birds with one stone. The last shooting video I made on YouTube was quite fun. That was before the gun broke. Like a couple months after that shooting video I last made on YouTube, my shotgun broke, and then it was broke for several months, and then I got it fixed. I mean, when it's your first legally purchased firearm, there's a bit of sentimental history to that. I gladly spent $800 on my first gun. I spent $420 to buy it. Shit, I think the next gun I would get, if I could get it, would have to be a Cobra 38 Special, one of the new ones. Have it the silver restained black to go with the black handles, and then have that red fiber optic sight changed out for a green one. That'd be a sexy little 38. Yes, it would. I'm not sure if I talked to the right gun store and they custom ordered it, gave me the price of it, and I paid it. and fill out the paperwork, that sort of thing. I seen a 1911 for like $3,000, and the reason why it cost that is because of the fancy engraving that's on it. It's a sweet little pistol, but yikes. But I live in an apartment complex, and I hardly get to go shooting for fun, so, I don't use that term lightly because, I know how Facebook be like, well, okay, so if I didn't show my firearm in the Facebook video, then we golden. Then they can't be like, oh, well, act of blah, blah, blah. No. But guns can be used for home defense and the fine sport of shooting, busting some clay pigeons, that sort of thing. They don't have to be used for violence and evil and hatred and that sort of thing. And when they are, people bitch and they gripe, oh, guns are so evil, right? Meanwhile, there's this high school where these two kids had a bunch of knives with them, and they literally mowed down like 11 to 20 people with that shit. I seen that on the news earlier, and I was just like, you gotta be shitting me. That just proves my fucking point, man. No disrespect to the victims or nothing, but people want to sit here and say that AR-15s are evil, blah, blah, blah. And you want to stop violence in schools, you need to have metal detectors. Outside the every entrance to your school. It may cost a little bit extra, but you know what? It's worth the cost. If you got police officers out to patrol your school districts, you know what I'm saying? And you got metal detectors at the entrance to every door. You know what I'm saying? I don't think if teachers want to carry their guns, they do it outside of class, away from the school, of course. You know what I'm saying? That's understandable as an American citizen, but having a gun in the classroom is not a good idea. Unless you're a police officer or an FBI agent of some sort. That is the only time a gun should ever enter a school. So they're coming in to talk to you about how bad hard drugs are for you and that sort of thing. You know what I'm saying? Facebook. Because ain't that just the most confusing shit, Facebook? Little kids are told drugs are bad, but when they get sick, they're told, here, take this drug, it'll make you feel better. What? Like, as a little kid, you're told drugs are bad, but then if you get sick, well, what the fuck is NyQuil? What the fuck, you know what I'm saying? Like, well, there are good drugs and there are bad drugs. The kind of bad drugs that the pharmaceutical companies make, where it has 10 side effects to one solution, and it's outrageously expensive, but you need it because it makes your shit go away. It fixes your issue, but it comes at a cost of being too expensive and having too many side effects. And Big Pharma don't care. They're like, we're making money off you poor sons of bitches. And half the time it's not even like that. You know, there are a lot of good pharmaceutical companies who are trying to make people better and actually do their fucking job with little to minimal side effects. But there are a lot of greedy pharmaceutical companies that do horrible medical practices on people that come with side effects that aren't even worth it, and half the time don't even treat the issue, just make you sicker. You know, it's like, what the shit is this, Facebook? So if you live in the Casper Mills area, be sure you check out Hole in the Wall Gunsmithing for all your gun repair needs. They did a fantastic job on the shotgun, yes. Which is primarily for clay shooting, plinking up targets, and home defense. These trolls are willing to send me stupid shit in the mail and prank call my family in the middle of the night while I do Facebook Live and stupid shit like that. Then what makes me think, you know what I'm saying? Like, if they're trying to find out where I live and shit, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to have to hurt somebody if I have to, but y'all motherfuckers need to get a life. It's just sad. You know what I'm saying? Like, the person with autism that you're making fun of is still getting more popular on YouTube. And when I first posted my newest food review, it got a lot of hate. I gave it time to catch views, and after a minute, boom, skyrocketed. My buddy Michael Baldwin had literally never tried Five Guys burgers and fries before, and I'm just like, bro. And he enjoys his experience and his food there, so there you go. It's like, okay, not talking shit, but how the fuck do you live in America and you haven't tried Five Guys burgers and fries? Like, they're kind of expensive, yes, but it tastes a lot better than Mickey D's and Burger King, I'll tell you that right now. Not talking shit, McDonald's and Burger King, just being real. Now, if Five Guys offered ranch with their burger, that would be legit. And the more videos I do on YouTube and Facebook, the more I get recognized, man. Because you hear people in the background, oh, it's Gothic King Cobra. Ooh. Oh, he's gay. Oh, no, he's not. That symbol on his arm, it's not a penis. I'm like, okay, these people are starting to get it. See this cute ass chick in some tight jeans. I'm like, yeah, that's what's up. Quick peek, and I'm like, all right, back to what I was doing. The food review went through smoothly, and I didn't want to retake it. So sometimes I don't get the camera angle just right when I start a video. It happens. I'm not even going to trip about it because it's still a fucking video. And that's part of the whole I don't edit my videos kind of thing. When I was going to buy my double barrel shotgun, I had the choice of a 12 gauge or a 20 gauge. I bought the 12 gauge just because well, that's more potent. Although it's not as heavy as a 10 gauge. And a 10 gauge is not as heavy as a 4 gauge. But oh yeah, there's a shotgun called a 4 gauge. I bullshit you not. This motherfucker. Ooh, they're hard to find, but they kick like a motherfucker. They'll make a 12 gauge look like a 20 gauge in comparison. Really. I've seen videos of 4 gauges getting shot on YouTube. I'm like, damn, them bastards look mean. Oof. Now, the original buttstock broke and needed to be replaced. And when it got replaced, it was a different color than the forearm. So they restained the forearm to match the buttstock that was replaced. And the new buttstock on it that's used was kind of hard to find because the gun's at least well over 5 years old. And the new stock for that gun, at least, came with this rubber sort of half-assed padding, I guess, so it'll probably make shooting a lot more comfortable than the factory stock, which is the plastic little, Huh. I'm trying to remember where the hell I put my shooter's ears. I got these reusable ones from Sportsman's that fold up like sunglasses, and they're quite nice if you're going shooting on the range. Just they block out the noise of gunfire, but they allow for conversation and such. Excuse me. It's a lot of people joining the chat, especially for 4:11 in the morning. Ye donkeys. And those 4 people watching this shit. There's literally 4 people watching my chat at 4 in the morning. Facebook Live and all that sort of shit. Classic. Fucking classic. Indeed, with the fans worldwide, they can definitely tune in. Because this is early morning for me, probably midday, early night for fans on the other side of the world. So by this time, fans on the other side of the world are starting to end their workday, or, or in some cases going to bed, because for them, night has already started. Whereas early morning on this side of the globe, because the globe rotates in a circle like that, but that circle rotates in a bigger circle around the sun. That's how planets orbit that shit. And by the time the sun has exploded, as all stars do, humans will have developed technology to live off the planet without sunlight for a couple thousands of years. And eventually, when the planet explodes, if the energy combined from the sun exploding and the planet exploding from being way too fucking old collides, the force of that energy causes the Big Bang to happen. All the gases and all the energy contained from everything that's happened up to that point causes Mother Earth to be recreated once again. That would explain the Big Bang Theory, I think, because Albert Einstein said you cannot destroy energy, you cannot make it. So where does it go when you die? People get this sort of deja vu feeling, like, oh, they've been there before. Reincarnation, that sort of thing. Yeah. Hey, yo, boo-boo, how's about a tip of grizzly? Hey, yo, boo-boo. Hey, yo, boo-boo. How about Let's see what the can looks like up close. This has got a bold, dark flavor to it, but it's also got a hint of sweetness. This is the mud jug that the fan sent me. I still have it. Peace through superior firepower. You ever heard of the surfer who chews tobacco? He's like, "Chaw, bro." Do you know what you call a cobra who chews tobacco? A spitting cobra. Okay, that was just lame. That was just about as bad as the fucking joke I made about Victoria's Secret or Sean the other night. Why do female snakes go to Victoria's Secret? I'll tell you why female snakes go to Victoria's Secret. They go to shop for cobras. Okay, God, that was horrible. That was just horrible. I don't know why it popped into my fucking head, and I was like, right as I was doing the YouTube live video, and why have a sex doll for $2,000 when I can have a car for $1,800, which seems a bit more practical. And if I'm like 34 years old and I haven't found companionship by then, it's like, well, it's a nice option to have at least. Yeah. No, but the other night when I was doing Facebook Live, a fan said they ordered a pillow, and sleeping next to that pillow every night gives them the courage to be themselves. And that was kind of cool. I wasn't expecting that reaction, but there you go. I'm keeping the two campaigns that I have in Teespring at the moment. Both of those shirts are fucking sick. It's almost like the Marlboro Black of Grizzly Chew, basically. And it does have a little bit of sweetness to it. I can't quite pinpoint the sweet flavor itself, but there's definitely a sweetness to it. And a mud jug is much more official than using a pop can, I suppose. And a fan sent this mud jug to me and homeboy Scotty. Each got one. He still has his. And the day we were reviewing the mud jug, someone drove by in their car, unscripted, and honked their car horn. And the car horn was the Dukes of Hazzard's car horn. And the mud jug has a fucking rebel flag on it. And I'm like, that's just fucking great. Me and Scott were both laughing. And we're like, yeah, dude, that shit was unscripted. I mean, it's a mud jug with a rebel flag on it. It doesn't get much more cliche than that. I'm not trying to talk shit. I'm just saying, like, that and there. As the outlaw would say, it's time for another Mud Jug Minute. So I wonder if rappers chew tobacco because they spit rhymes. You know what I'm saying? Okay, that one was even worse than the last two I told. That was, oh, cringe. When a goth who has autism tries to be funny, it just comes off as creepy and cringeworthy. Nah, but this shit. There comes a time in life when you gotta do what you gotta do. Putting your dog down when it gets too old. I wouldn't do that with my dog Chance, and the vet that put him to sleep was cute, and I couldn't keep my shit together, dude. I was crying. I'm like, this shit sucks, man. When you adopt a dog from a shelter, you save a life. That is for sure. In life, my dog Chance, whenever I saw him would sit, he'd take his paw, and he would pat my arm just like that. Or a couple of days after he passed away, I'm sitting in my apartment, and I feel my dog Chance's paw pat my arm. But I didn't see it, but I felt it. And then about 4 minutes later, the apartment stunk of wet dog hair for about 3 to 4 hours, and then the smell went away. Talk about a ghostly encounter with a deceased pet. Go figure, I hang his collar up on the wall, and that's what happens, right? Fuck with an Ouija board and tarot cards and all this other shit. I don't think there's any rules against having a ghost dog for a pet. And when I had that experience, I know that I believe that pet owners have a spiritual bond with the pets they love, so that when your pet passes away, it's sad, but you celebrate their life at the same time and the happiness and the memories they had. And they watch over you from the other side. They're like a spiritual connection and a spiritual guardian of sorts. In some cases, your deceased pets can protect you from bad spirits. There's some food for thought. Yuppie 425, and be live on Facebook. One look was all it took, and you were hooked instantly. On this video, watching yo, spitting the truth when I cut loose from this noose, because society's bullshit is a nuisance. And the plumbers did an excellent job cleaning up and getting the shit fixed. I don't hear dripping in the bathroom anymore, which is good. Very, very good. But debris does get left over from any project like that. That's life, you know. That's on me to clean up, and I can't leave it like that. That's just no. Mm-mm. if you make somewhat of an effort to keep your place clean, I mean, you don't have to, if you live in a smaller area, it works better. But you have to keep up on it, otherwise it piles up. And living in a clean space is much more functionable than, and then 3 people watching, yeah. And here's the funny thing of it, Facebook. Women are just as perverted as men are. They can deny it, but they're full of shit if they do deny it. Some women are not as comfortable sharing that side of them with people they don't know. That's just how it is, But some people are more upfront with that side of themselves, I guess. Yes, sirree. I got some of this here. What is this? Grizzly Premium Dark Select Long Cut. Look, the last dip I had in this can of wine. Pretty much hold it there until it loses all the flavor. Yeah, that's not that bad. That's good moist snuff. It's got a nice little nicotine kick to it. A little bit of sweetness. A little bit of that bitter tobacco taste. Nicely balanced. Props to you, Grizzly. That's good shit. And Grizzly tends to be a bit cheaper depending on where you go and where you live. I still have the mud jug that the fan sent. I've had this thing for a minute. And this thing is loose enough that I can pull the lid off without spilling it all over the place, which is convenient. You get your mud jug at that point, and it makes cleaning it a lot easier. It's like breaking in a pair of good boots. It's tight at first, but once they break in, damn. Yeah, buddy. That's got some bite to it. Well, I am a tobacco connoisseur, so therefore I'll do tobacco reviews on social media. It seemed like an appropriate time to save all that mud jug spit for dumping it in that trash can, especially after that lame attempt to push my buttons. When you've been harassed on social media for well over 10 plus years, you learn to develop a fucking thick skin. Some stupid novelty, immature bullshit kind of crap. And the reason why I don't let it get to me is because I rule their sad, miserable lives. And if you're chewing tobacco, you ain't got to deal with ashes, but is that right there? Fuck the Surgeon General. Empty my spittoon onto that loser's package. Because the people who troll me that hard are literally losers, and I feel sorry for them. After a couple of weeks of not shaving that area, it's looking nice. Scruffy. Whiskey. I made a video explaining the secret to growing out a beard and that sort of thing, trimming it and basic tips. And this right here is living proof of my advice. If I tried growing this shit out down here, it'd make wearing the collar itchy as fuck. So, nah. If you're gonna grow a beard, at least make it uniform and look good on your facial structure, you know what I'm saying? So it's something that will complement your facial structure. It says to the opposite sex, yo, check me out. Studley. If I have confidence in myself and if I say it a certain way, it comes off as too cocky. If I point out the obvious double standards and bullshit in our society, it gets classified as always talking negative about blah, blah, blah. No. No, 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 no. No. No, my ex-girlfriend Summer said that this symbol looked like a Celtic arrow of some sort. I wish I could see that, kind of. It lost all its flavor just about. It's starting to get stale. No, if you dip tobacco, you want to make sure you get all the guts out of your teeth. It just looks more professional, I guess. Or you could not give a shit and just, leave it in there, but I don't know. So chances are that whammy bar will be in my mailbox later on today. When it arrives, I'll do an unboxing video live on YouTube or Facebook, one of the two, and more than likely Facebook because it'll be easier to set up.